So continuing with the fraction algebra, we have example 4. So this one's going to be different. I'm going to use a W, but that's not the real different part. So what we have here is we have two things on the bottom. We have a 7 on the bottom and we have a 4 on the bottom. What we're going to do is we're going to multiply both sides by both of the things on the bottom. So we have a 7 here, so we're going to multiply both sides by 7. We have a 4 on the bottom, so we're also going to multiply both sides by 4. And then we have to be careful about what we cancel here. So there's a 7 on the bottom, so the 7's cancel. Here there's a 4 on the bottom, so the 4's cancel. Then we have to write everything that we have left. So what we have left here is, we have a 4. Notice that this is, I always put a bracket around the entire side when I multiply the entire side. So it's going to be 4w plus 3 equals w minus 6 times 7. And we could have switched the order. I could have done it as 7 times w minus 6. I happen to do it the other way, but it doesn't make a difference. So then what we're going to do is we're going to distribute these numbers. So 4 times w is 4w, 4 times 3 is 12, 7 times w is 7w, 7 times negative 6 is negative 42. And now we're back to just regular multi-step algebra. I'm going to bring the w's to this side. So it's going to be 4w, 7w switches sides, becomes negative 7w. The 12 switches over and becomes minus 12. This stays as minus 42. 4 minus 7 is minus 3w. Minus 2 minus 42 is minus 54. And we divide both sides by negative 3. And hold on a sec, I don't have my calculator on me. So it's 18. And we get w equals 18. And there we go. Positive 18, of course, because it's a negative divided by a negative. Example 5. So this is kind of like the other one. The only difference is that there's a number on top as well. So what we have is we only have one term on this side still, only one term on this side. There's no open pluses or minuses. There's a 3 on the bottom. So we're going to multiply by 3. I could have put the bracket around the whole thing, but it doesn't really matter. By 3. There's also a 2 on the bottom. So I'm going to multiply by 2 as well. So what do we cross out on this side? The 3's cancel. On this side, the 2's cancel. So we have to write everything that's left. At this point, we can't leave anything out. We have to be very careful. So there's a 2 left, so we have 2. There's a 5 left, and there's an x plus 1. Here there's a 1 left, a 3x plus 6, and a 3. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to combine the numbers. So just the, and I have to call them the constant terms, but they're the numbers. They don't have any variables on them. 2 times 5 is 10. So this becomes 10 times x plus 1. And then 3 times 1 is 3. So 3 times 3x plus 6. And now we're back to some distribution. So we distribute the 10. We distribute the 3. And we get 10x plus 10 equals 9x plus 18. Then we move things around, and we're going to get 10x minus 9x equals negative 10 plus 18. 10x minus 9x is actually just x, and minus 10 plus 18 is 8. And there we go. Example 6. X plus 4 over 2 equals negative a quarter. 1 minus 7x. Okay, there's nothing too terrible here. Probably might be worth it to pause the video and try it out yourself before I get cracking on it. So hopefully you've tried it now. We have a 2 on the bottom, we have the 4 on the bottom. So what we're going to do is, now what I'm going to do here is a long cut. It turns out you could actually do it in a bit shorter, and I'll say what it is after. But I'm going to multiply everything by 2, and I'm going to multiply everything by 4. Those are the numbers on the bottom. I need to start more to the left clearly on these papers. What cancels is the 2's cancel. Here, the 4's cancel. And we end up with 4 times 3 times 2x plus 4 equals, and this is minus 1. It's not just a 1. The minus is still there. 1 minus 7x and 2. Just like the other one, I'm going to bring these together. 12 times 2x plus 4 equals negative 2 times 1 minus 7x. So we're going to shing these in. Oh, crap. That way and that way is the way we usually do it. And 12 times 2x is 24x. 12 times 4 is 48. Minus 2 times 1 is minus 2. And minus 2 times minus 7 is plus 14x. That's a 2. Poorly drawn 2. So now we're going to move things around. So 24x, the 14 goes to this side, becomes minus 14x. The minus 2 is going to stay. The 48 becomes negative 48. 24 minus 14 is 10x. Minus 2 minus 48 is minus 50. And this one, of course, I could actually do in my head. The 10's cancel. Foot. And we get x equals negative 5. Okay. Let's do a harder one now. So what makes this one so challenging? What makes this one challenging, or not so challenging, but extra challenging, is that we have an extra thing over here. So we have our fraction term, and now we have one extra term over here that we're going to have to deal with. So we're going to do the multiply thing. There's a 3 on the bottom, there's a 2 on the bottom. So what happens is we're going to multiply both sides by 3. So that gets multiplied by 3. That gets multiplied by 3. But this also gets multiplied by 3. Every term gets multiplied by 3. Similarly, there's a 2 on the bottom. So that gets multiplied by 2. This gets multiplied by 2. This gets multiplied by 2. And we have to be careful about what we're canceling. So this cancels with that. This 2 cancels with this 2. And nothing cancels over there. So writing everything we have left, we get 2 times 2x plus 14 equals 3 times 5x minus 7 minus 1 times 3 times 2. And there we go. And now we're back to regular no fraction algebra. We're going to distribute these guys. So 2 times 2x is 4x. 2 times 14 is 28. 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times negative 7 is negative 21. And 1 times 3 times 2 is negative 6. Moving things around, we're going to get 4x. 15 goes to the other side, so it switches sign. Minus 15. 28 also switches. Minus 28. Minus 21. Minus 6. So that gives us minus 9x. That's minus 49. Minus 55. This is not going to work out in a pretty way. Divide both sides by negative 9. And we're going to end up with x equals, and because this is not pretty, it's just going to be 55 over 9. And that's the answer. I'm going to leave with a hard one. So this one's optional. Minus 2/3 w plus 5 equals 2w plus 19 over 7 plus 1. So this one over here, I'm going to go through this one relatively quickly. We have a 3 and a 7 on the bottom. So we're going to multiply everything by 3 and by 7. So times 3 times 7. Times 3 times 7. Times 3 times 7. Times 3 times 7. Stuff that cancels. This 3 cancels with this 3. This 7 cancels with this 7. And we end up with 7 times 3 times 8 minus 2 times w plus 5 times 7 equals, there's a 3 left here, 3 times 2w plus 19 plus 1 times 3 times 7, which is 21. So it's going to be 7 times 3 times 8 minus 14 w plus 5 equals 3 2w plus 19 plus 21. And we'll see if you can finish it off from there. And that's the end of the video.